Second.
Miliani?
Yes.
Williams? Perez?
Yes.
Grenier? Siegel?
I need a motion to approve a license for the for 50/50 raffle, Community Day for the Emergency Squad.
Make that motion. How did they take that, Dan?
Excuse me?
How did they take that?
Pretty good.
Okay.
They brought it in, we're good to go with that. And the proceeds go towards the Memorial Day fund.
Excellent.
Miliani?
Oh, the Memorial Day fund?
I'm not sorry,
No.
Memorial.
The
9/11.
9/11. Okay, that's how we.
Memorial Day. Okay, I have to do roll call. Miliani?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Perez?
Yes.
Grenier?
Yes.
Siegel?
For those in attendance here, the Emergency Squad is going to have a memorial service on 9/11. You know, Gary's in the back, if it's okay, can you talk about that real quick, Gary?
Actually brought an extra flyer down, you can post here at the municipal building. Basically, we're gonna have a memorial service, which we've always done here at the municipal building in the evening. This year it actually falls on a Sunday, so not to coincide with either people leaving away on vacation or coming back late. We're gonna have it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's after church at the emergency squad. We'll be doing the unveiling of the piece of steel that was part of the World Trade Center that's been erected at the squad building, along with the nice seating area that's still being put together. The public is all welcome to attend. There'll be some late refreshments as well. And as Kim mentioned, and Dan will be doing part of the fundraising will be the 50/50, as well as we put some things out to the Greenwich Gazette to help offset the cost of putting this together, because not everybody was volunteering their time. So, but we did get quite a bit of volunteer time out of it. So
Well, I'll
it worked out
volunteer if
well.
you need something. Maybe David.
Do you know how to weld?
Maybe David. No, that's not in my.
I'm gonna use
Maybe David could write the story and put it in the paper so we can get people who want to come.
Exactly. But something else that just brought my attention about the raffle on Community Day. That's being done by the squad. It's not also being done by other.
No, it's the only
Okay.
one.
I just want to make sure, because it was a comment about being transferred or somebody else doing it. I was like, the license isn't transferable.
No.
We can't do that.
No.
So I
You're
just wanted to make
running
sure.
it, you're conducting it, and
Okay.
your proceeds go to you.
All right. Very good.
Maybe you should make sure David gets that in the paper so people can make sure they can come and attend.
Absolutely.
And Gary, two things, so you're doing your fundraiser right now for the
Yes.
emergency squad, right? And then the second thing is the fundraiser for the 9/11 memorial. It's two different things, it's payable, two different, wait, okay.
Yeah, we got a separate account set up for the 9/11 memorial. Also, just to throw out there, the Warren County Emergency Management, Public Safety is also having a 9/11 service. Don't know what time theirs is going to be yet, but they're also erecting a monument of some sort. They also have a piece of steel that was
Okay, let
donated.
Warren County tell the
So,
express times
so-
that. You just tell ours.
Just, I didn't want people to be confused with the two. Ours is ours, theirs is theirs. Thank you.
Thanks. It's got, I guess, Community Day. I had a conversation with the chief today, Mr. Guzzo, and about the situations on South and North Main Street. You know, we had brought it up at the last meeting about the speeding. He said he could put up a speed detector on North Main Street, but he would need to use someone's electricity for that.
I'll volunteer.
Okay. All right, so he'll put up the speed detector up there. So,
All I have to do is ask, I'll volunteer.
okay.
I'll get right into my shed.
Then the other thing that we talked about was on the south end of town, on South Main Street, on that strip coming up. There is a way to put in like one of those strip things where you go over and it rumbles, and that it doesn't impact any plowing, doesn't impact the trucks with the plowing, anything like that. Also, it has a little rise to it, but the plows go over it. So it doesn't impact when we go out there, when the county goes out there, when the township goes out there to plow. He says it does have an effect in slowing down the drivers coming up. So I'd like to I believe I probably have to get a motion to allow him to speak to the county about it.
Well, Mike would have to do
Or
that.
speak with Mike.
Yeah.
Should,
Yeah, let's,
I would
Mike
say-
has to do that.
yeah, let's just talk a little bit, but I had gotten it, I think I had mentioned it at the last meeting, I had gotten a letter from Mrs. Carhart regarding the issue on Washington Street. And I had asked Mike to do a little research as far as how we could remedy the speeding issue on that street. So Mike did some research, and he has some numbers, so maybe you can kind of tie into
yeah,
what you're talking about as
they're
well.
right on point, Dan, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
It's a good thing you're sitting down, because you're gonna need to when you hear this. And I did as well. All right, this, as Tanya said, there was a request made from a resident of Washington Street for potential rumble strips and a speed signage of some sort. So, we made some phone calls, went on some websites, obviously we have some contacts. The rumble strips you're speaking of cost between $6,000 and $8,000 to install, believe it or not. Now, we were also told that we should be very, very, very leery about putting in rumble strips because people think it's gonna make people slow down, and actually it does. But the noise that's created from these rumble strips is way worse than the people speeding. That's what the vendors told us. So that's a kind of an unexpected occurrence that I didn't even think of myself, but it makes sense. You know how noisy they are. Okay.
Would that increase the truck stuff from the farmers going over it?
Well, I mean, this is just any tire
Any vehicle.
traffic. Now, what was suggested, another alternative, was what's called, it's like a mini speed bump. And it's basically thermoplastic striping that's laid across the road, which in essence, and you actually put them in double or triplicate. And they create a relatively, not speed hump height, but a little bump in the road. And they tend to be pretty effective, and they are only approximately $1,500. So, relatively speaking, they're a bargain.
What about durability?
You know, Elaine, to be honest with you, I'm not familiar with this second alternative. I mean, we could, Tanya asked me to look into it. We didn't spend a whole lot of time. We zipped off an email, and I mean, we could certainly look at it a little as far as longevity. We could talk to the county, see what, I mean, they may say, no way, no how. They, on the other hand, they may say, sure, you pay for it. We inspect it when you do it because it's our road, because that's what they'll say. Fine.
My comments on the fixed snow plowing.
Well, the rumble strip wouldn't affect it at all.
No.
Obviously. Unless, of course, the plow gets caught on the downstream edge where the pavement is cut. That could be.
Do you think we have to go to the Warren County Planning Board for this?
No. This is,
Oh, that would be fun.
yeah.
Mike, how much does just a regular speed sign cost to install?
A
Because I know
speed limit.
the resident said she would be happy with that as well.
Okay.
Apparently something where.
Again, assuming that we have a post and the DPW is gonna dig the hole, pour the concrete, install the sign, do all the work, $100. I mean, that's nothing. It's to buy a sign. We may even have one in the garage.
Because I think she said, she would appreciate that, so as a starting point, so.
And that's
Do we-
like God's house?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we. What'd you say?
What, Kim?
No, I said that would be a good idea.
Oh,
There's no sign on Dot Street?
I think it's further up.
Yeah, she wants it
Yeah.
someplace, it's
Someplace a
either,
little bit
yeah.
before her house or close to it.
but I know that that would help if we had at least the sign. And then maybe we can look into the others as far
Well, that
as,
would be an immediate,
yeah.
an immediate visual.
So do we have to vote on that for the sign?
Oh, I would
No?
suspect, no, you just tell, the liaison to the DPW is Bruce, correct? Tell Bruce to tell John to put up the sign. If he wants to know where he
Tell
should put
Bruce
it,
to tell
have him see
John to
it.
put up the sign.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So then, Mike, you'll just look into a little bit more detail on the, give
Well,
you the address?
That would be good.
Nice music.
It'd probably be good to talk with her as well to make sure that, you know,
Oh, yeah, I don't have to.
she didn't actually give me her address.
Kim will know it. Kim
It's
will know
actually,
it.
The Washington.
it's, as you go up Washington Street, it's the last house on the left, right? Yeah, last house on the left as you
Kim,
go up
get
Washington
him the
Street.
exact address.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
want me to talk with John? He's probably gonna go
Sure.
right by the barn. And it's gonna be right by her garage.
Kim, do you have an
right by
update on the
barn.
light?
We'll get to that.
All right, so Dan, you weren't finished, were you?
That's our community day.
Okay.
All right, so as far as what we can do on the south side, it sounds like there isn't much.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if we were done actually with your particular issue. He's kind of segued to Washington Street, but
Don't get too deflated.
do you
never
want,
know.
I'm thinking, how about I call Dave Hicks? And I can have a little engineer, a little quasi off the record discussion with him. You go through a bunch of options, explain that there's grave concerns of the speeding on this road, Dave. What would you allow us to do?
Mike, ask him what he did in Hope. 519 in Hope, where they
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
old buildings. Ask him what he did in Hope.
Well, you know what
and
they did?
see if he would let us.
I think what they did at Hope, to be honest with you, because I've heard this, beyond a lot of signage, a lot of
Yeah,
signage, there was also a lot of police presence.
Oh.
And it got a reputation as, you know, you got all these, it's 50 miles an hour and then it goes down to 25 as you get into
There's like
Hope.
a 20 little.
Yeah, and it's, you know, that's a beautiful little section there you go through. And, you know, the word got out that the police were there, and if you were speeding.
They did a lot of yellow, big yellow.
Yeah,
things
and
in
when towns
Hope
get that,
on the
those
ground.
reputations, some of the towns, as you go down the river, and on 29, you know, in Milford, Frenchtown, et cetera, they have those reputations, like, do not speed, or you'll get a ticket. So that works wonders. So, and that would work wonders here potentially too. I mean, but that's, you know, that's logistically not the simplest thing either. I mean, you know, so if you want me to try that, Dan,
Yeah.
maybe I can even get you to go on a conference call with him.
Sure.
I mean, he'd be happy to talk to you, I'm sure.
Mhm.
At least get the wheel turning a little bit and see what he may or may not say. He's getting a little bit softer and nicer in his old age, actually. No, he is. No, he is. I've said that to
Sure, I
him
hear that.
directly, so it's not anything he hasn't heard from me. So he may be a little more amicable to this idea than he would have 5 years
Oh,
ago.
he'd do anything.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He'd do
I don't know if I'd say a good
While you're at
advice.
it, throw in Mickey
Not
Little's
publicly.
hidden driveway sign.
Oh, we went through the hidden driveway, no, okay. All right, well, no, that's,
All right, okay, I appreciate that, thanks.
sure.
All right, Community Day, we are forging ahead, a lot of work. Thank you, Kim, for all the help that you've been giving me with this.
Oh, we're having fun.
We are having fun. You understand that there will be no parade? Okay, we said, all right. We're gonna limit opening day speeches, all right, so you get 2 minutes. No, we just want to try to keep it to think. We came up with, we'd like to make this community day, being that we're a farming community, keep it in that vein as a farm community. So through the help of Kim, she's gone out to a lot of the farmers around here. They're gonna bring down some of their equipment. We'll have some of their equipment out there that the kids can see, because kids, they love this kind of stuff. So I think we're gonna get permission from them to allow them to actually go onto the equipment. No keys will be in there, so we're gonna drive away. We have a couple of things. The police are gonna do a dunk tank, so that, if you wanna go.
There's gonna be the dumb gate.
Well,
Police
the
officers.
police officers,
Police officers have volunteered to be in the dump. That's their booth this year.
right.
Well, there are a lot of younger police officers, they like that.
Mhm. Yeah, so, we'll have a moon jump for the kids, a rock wall for the older kids, trackless train. Barry Overly, he's going to bring down a bunch of his bales.
Not
His father.
No, Barry
No, Barry.
Overly, Junior.
Junior, oh,
Yes.
Junior, okay.
He's gonna bring down a bunch of bales, we're gonna set up a maze, the kids go in there.
Well, Mr.
A
Overly was
fort.
here that night, so it must have been a historical thing.
Yeah, he was here for historical, correct.
100 pounds.
We'll have a band here, Naked Jake. Yes. Another thing that we decided not to do was to have arcade games, because they were charging, quite a bit for that, and we didn't feel that was the right atmosphere for Community Day. So unless they're gonna come down and have
They
the game
donated,
for free.
they donated that money.